Hi, scholars. I'm Miss Houston. What's your name? That is a terrific name. This is my friend, Kyler. Say hi, Kyler. Kyler is going to be helping us learn about the different types of farm animals. Can you say farm animals? Very good. Farm animals or livestock are animals that are kept by people and used for profit. Let me hear you say livestock. That's right. Livestock have different jobs. They help us produce milk, meat, wool, and help around the farm. Speaking of farm animals, I don't see any farm animals, but I do see this red building. I think the animals might be inside of this building. What is this building called? I'll give you a hint. It begins with the letter B. A barn. Very good. This is a red barn, and the roof of the barn is white. Let's explore this barn and see what animals are on the inside. Are you ready? If you're ready, let me hear you say ready. Wow, I heard you loud and clear. Let's go. Did you hear that sound? Me too. It's coming from behind this door. This door is locked with a hook. What do we need to do in order to open the door? We need to unhook it. Very good. Let's unhook the door. Now let's open it. I see an animal inside. This animal is the color black and the color white. What animal is black and white and says moo? A cow? That's right. A cow is black and white and says moo. Cows provide us with milk. Milk is used to make dairy products like cheese, yogurt, butter, and ice cream. Do you like ice cream? I like ice cream too. A male cow is called a bull. Let me hear you say bull. Excellent. A baby cow is called a calf. Can you say calf? Terrific. Cow. C-O-W. Let's spell cow together. C-O-W. Cow. Did you hear that sound? This time it's coming from behind this door. What sound did you hear? I heard a cluck cluck noise too. It looks like this door is locked. What do we need to do in order to open it? We need to unlock it. Let's unlock the door. Now we can open it. I see an animal inside. This animal has white feathers with red feathers on top, black feathers on the back, and a beak. What animal says cluck cluck, has feathers and a beak? A chicken. Very good. A female chicken is called a hen. Hens lay eggs. A chicken can be used for their eggs or their meat. A male chicken is called a rooster, and his responsibility is to cock-a-doodle-doo and wake everyone up in the morning. Let me hear you cock-a-doodle-doo like a rooster. Excellent. A baby chicken is called a chick. Chicken. C-H-I-C-K-E-N spells chicken. Let's spell chicken together. C-H-I-C-K-E-N. Chicken. I hear another animal sound, and this time it's coming from behind this door. I see the door has a latch on it. What do we need to do in order for it to open? We need to unlatch it. Let's unlatch the door. Now we can open it. I see an animal inside. This animal has a long black tail and a black mane. Its fur is brown and white with brown spots. It has hooves. 1, 2, 3, 4. What animal has hooves, a long tail, a mane, and says neigh? A horse, that's right. Horses are a big help on the farm. They can pull heavy things like wagons and trailers. A female horse is called a mare. Let me hear you say mare. That's right. A male horse is called a stallion. Can you say stallion? Very good. And a baby horse is called a foal. Let me hear you say foal. Excellent. Horse. H-O-R-S-E. Horse. Let's spell horse together. H-O-R-S-E. Horse.
Let's sing Old Macdonald with Miss Houston. Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had a cow, E-I-E-I-O. With a moo-moo here and a moo-moo there. Here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo-moo. Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had a chicken, E-I-E-I-O. With a cluck cluck here and a cluck cluck there. Here and a ba-ba there. Here a ba, there a ba, everywhere a ba-ba. Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had a turkey, E-I-E-I-O. With a gobble gobble here and a gobble gobble there. Here a gobble, there a gobble, everywhere a gobble gobble. Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. 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 Awesome job identifying those farm animal scholars. Thanks for learning with Miss Houston. See you next time.
I still hear noise behind this other door. That means there's an animal in there. Let's open the door and see which animal it is. This animal has gray fur, a gray tail with black at the tip, and 1, 2, 3, 4 hooves. What animal is gray, has 4 hooves, and says hee-haw? A donkey! Donkeys are great guard animals for cows, sheep, and goats. It helps protect them against the threat of coyotes. Donkeys are also great helpers with pulling heavy things. Donkey. D-O-N-K-E-Y. Let's spell donkey together. D-O-N-K-E-Y. Donkey. I hear an oink oink sound coming from behind this door. This door's lock is twisted. What should we do to open it? Let's untwist it. Let's untwist the lock. Now we can open the door. This animal has pink skin, a little tail, and 4 legs. What animal is pink, has 4 legs, and says oink? A pig! A pig is how we get pork, like bacon and sausage. Pigs love to roll around in the mud. That's how they keep cool, since they don't sweat like other animals. A baby pig is called a piglet. Let me hear you say piglet. That sounds silly. A female pig is called a sow. Can you say sow? Excellent. A male pig is called a boar. Let me hear you say boar. Very good. Pig. P-I-G. Pig. Let's spell pig together. P-I-G. Pig. I hear an animal sound coming from behind this door. It looks like the lock is pushed in. What can we do to unlock it? We need to pull out. That's right. Let's pull this lock out and open the door. This animal has wool on its body. What animal says ba and has wool on its body? A sheep. Sheep can be used for their meat, milk, or their wool. Wool comes in different textures and colors. A female sheep is called a ewe. Let me hear you say ewe. That's right. A male sheep is called a ram. Can you say ram? Excellent. And a baby sheep is called a lamb. Let me hear you say lamb. Terrific. Sheep. S-H-E-E-P. Sheep. Let's spell sheep together. S-H-E-E-P. Sheep. I hear an animal sound, but this time the animal is not inside the barn, it's on top of the barn. This animal says, meh. What animal is this? It's a goat. Goats can be milked just like cows, and their milk can be used to make cheese, butter, yogurt, and even soap. A baby goat is called a kid. Let me hear you say kid. Very good. Goat. G-O-A-T. Goat. Let's spell goat together. G-O-A-T. Goat.
Let's sing If You're Happy and You Know It with Miss Houston. I'm so excited, I cannot hide it. I want to get my wiggles out. I feel delighted, I cannot fight it. I'm gonna get my wiggles out. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really wanna show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy, smile big and share a smile. Put a smile on your face, let it stay a while. Everyone smiles in the same language. Your smile's upside down, I wanna change it. If you're happy, wave your hands up high. If you're happy, wave your hands down low. If you're happy, look at your neighbor. Take one hand and wave hello. If you're happy, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle like you're tickled. If you're happy, jiggle, jiggle like your body's made of jelly. Rub your head, now use coordination. Take your other hand and rub your belly. Happily, I jump happily. I jump for joy, I'm filled with happy naturally. When I walk down the street, my happy's so big that he jumps on the people that are passing me. If you're happy and you know it, nod your head up and down. If you're happy and you know it, make your feet stomp the ground. If you're happy and you know it, say real loud. If you're happy and you know it, spin your fist around. I'm happy from my head down to my toes. I'm happy and I'm gonna let it show. My happy meter's full and overflow. I'm happy, can't you see my happy glow? I'm happy and I'll let it show. Put a pep in my step, now it's happy tempo. When I'm happy by myself, call it happy solo. Spread my happy like Cupid with my happy arrow. I'm happy and I know it, catch my happy, I'll throw it. My happy saves the day, call that happy heroic. If you're near me when I'm happy, there's no way to avoid it. My happy is everywhere, you might as well enjoy it. If you're happy and you know it, smiling's contagious, let me see you show it. If you're happy, clap your hands like this. If you're happy, smile real big. If you're happy, wave hello. If you're happy, wiggle, jiggle like jello. If you're happy, do it at the same time. If you're happy, jump up high. If you're happy, nod, stomp. If you're happy, say I am Happy. Paint, I'm happy in the sky. Amazing job spreading happiness, scholars. Thanks for singing with Miss Houston. See you next time.
I hear an animal sound that I am very familiar with. And this animal is not inside the barn either. It's beside the barn. This animal is tan with a tail, 1, 2, 3, 4 paws, 2 ears, and says woof. What animal has ears, paws, a tail, and barks? A dog. Dogs are great at detecting danger, and they're great helpers keeping the livestock together and moving in the right direction. A baby dog is called a puppy. Let me hear you say puppy. That's right. Dog. D-O-G. Dog. Let's spell dog together. D-O-G. Dog. I had so much fun learning with you today. I had fun learning with you too, Kyler. Today we learned all about the different types of farm animals. What type of animals did we learn about today? Very good. I'm going to say the name of the farm animal, and I want you to tell me the sound that they make. Are you ready? If you're ready, let me hear you say ready. You're ready, all right. Cow. Moo. Chicken. Cluck, cluck. Horse. Neigh. Donkey. Hee-haw. Pig. Oink, oink. Sheep. Baa. Goat. Meh. And dog. Woof, woof. Give yourselves a thumbs up. You did amazing identifying those different farm animals. You are so smart. Thanks for learning with Miss Houston. See you next time.
Let's row our boats with Miss Houston. Row, row, row your boat. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream. The sun is shining bright. The clouds drift through the sky when I row, row, row my boat. The leaves next time.
Hi, scholars. I'm Miss Houston. What's your name? That is a terrific name. This is my friend, Bree. Say hi, Bree. Bree is going to be helping us learn about safari animals. Let me hear you say safari animals. Very good. Safari animals live on a continent called Africa. Can you say Africa? Excellent. On this puzzle, there are 8 safari animals. Let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many safari animals are there? 8. Very good. Will you help me complete this puzzle by putting the puzzle piece in the correct space? You will? Awesome. Let's start with the animal that begins with the letter O. Do you see an animal that begins with the letter O? Does this animal begin with the letter O? No, that's a giraffe. Does this animal begin with the letter O? Yes, ostrich. This is an ostrich. Ostrich. Let me hear you say ostrich. That's right. Where should the ostrich go? Should it go here? No, that doesn't fit. Should it go here? Yes. Ostrich. An ostrich is the world's largest bird. They can't fly, but they run really fast. And they only have 2 toes. That's silly. An ostrich is an omnivore. That means they eat plants and small animals. They mostly eat plants, but they also like to eat small animals like mice, lizards, and frogs. When ostriches are in a group, that's called a herd. A baby ostrich is called a hatchling or a chick. Ostrich. Next, let's find the animal that begins with the letter H. Do you see an animal that begins with the letter H? Does this animal begin with the letter H? No, that's a rhino. Does this animal begin with the letter H? Yes, it's a hippopotamus. H. Hippopotamus. Can you say hippopotamus? Very good. Where should the hippopotamus go? Do you see the space the hippopotamus should go? Should it go here? No, that doesn't fit. Should it go here? No. How about here? Yes. Hippopotamus. Hippopotamus. Hippo is short for hippopotamus. Hippopotamus are very large animals. They can be between 5,000 and 9,000 pounds. That is very heavy. Hippopotamus are land animals, but they spend a lot of time in the water keeping cool from the sun. They can hold their breath for up to 5 minutes. That's a long time. Hippopotamus are primarily herbivores, but they have been spotted eating other animals such as zebras, wildebeest, and even other hippos. That's crazy. Hippopotamus love to eat grass. They have tusks and teeth to help fight off other hippopotamus. A baby hippo is called a cow. Hippopotamus. The next animal we're going to do begins with the letter E. Do you see an animal that begins with the letter E? Does this animal begin with the letter E? No, that's a lion. Does this animal begin with the letter E? Yes, an elephant. Elephant. Let me hear you say elephant. That's right. Where should the elephant go? Should it go here? No, that doesn't fit. How about right here? Yes. Elephant. Elephant. An African elephant is the world's largest land mammal. They can weigh between 5,000 and 12,000 pounds. That is very heavy. Elephants have long trunks, which are actually their nose. They use their nose to breathe, to smell, to drink water, and to grab things. And you can't forget, they also use their trunks to make a loud trumpet sound. Let me hear you pretend to be an elephant. Whoa, that was really good. Elephants have 2 tusks on their face. They use their tusks to rip bark from trees and to dig for food in the ground. Elephants are herbivores. That means they only eat plants and not animals. They love to eat things like tree bark, fruit, and grass. Elephants like to travel long distances in groups called herds. A baby elephant is called a calf. Elephants. Whoa, do you feel that? Do you hear that? They're coming! We gotta go!
Let's learn our days of the week with Miss Houston. There are 7 days in a week. There are 7 days in a week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 days in a week. Let's go! Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There are 7 days in a week. There are 7 days in a week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 days in a week. What comes after Sunday? Monday. What comes after Monday? Tuesday. What comes after Tuesday? Wednesday. What comes after Wednesday? Thursday. What comes after Thursday? Friday. What comes after Friday? Saturday. What comes after Saturday? Sunday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 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 There are 7 days in a week. There are 7 days in a week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 days in a week. If today is Monday, then yesterday was Sunday. If today is Tuesday, then yesterday was Monday. If today is Wednesday, then yesterday was Tuesday. If today is Thursday, then yesterday was Wednesday. If today is Friday, then yesterday was Thursday. If today is Saturday, then yesterday was Friday. Monday are the weekend. Monday through Friday are the days I go to school. Saturday and Sunday I have fun just cooling it. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There are 7 days in a week. There are 7 days in a week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 days in a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There are 7 days in a week. There are 7 days in a week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 days in a week. Excellent job saying your days of the week, scholars. Thanks for learning with Miss Houston. See you next time.
Next, let's find the animal that begins with the letter R. Do you see an animal that begins with the letter R? Does this animal begin with the letter R? No, that's a zebra. Does this animal begin with the letter R? Yes, it's a rhinoceros. R, rhinoceros. Let me hear you say rhinoceros. Excellent. Where should the rhinoceros go? Should it go here? No, that doesn't fit. Should it go here? Yes, rhinoceros. Rhinoceros. Rhino is short for rhinoceros. A male rhino is called a bull. A female rhino is called a cow. Rhinos love to play in the mud. It keeps their skin cool from the hot sun. Rhinos are herbivores. That means they only eat plants and grass. They do not eat animals. And they don't see very well, so they use their nose to help smell the world around them. Rhinos have a horn on their nose. They use their nose to dig for water and to fight off predators. A group of rhinos is called a crash. A baby rhino is called a calf. Rhinoceros. Now, let's find the animal that begins with the letter L. Do you see an animal that begins with the letter L? Does this begin with the letter L? No, that's a crocodile. Does this begin with the letter L? Yes, it's a lion. L, lion. Let me hear you say lion. Excellent. Where should the lion go? Should it go right here? No, that doesn't fit. Should it go right here? Yes. Lion. Lion. Some male lions have hair around their face called a mane. A female lion is called a lioness. Female lions like to hunt for their food at night. Lions are carnivores. That means they mostly eat meat. They like to eat things such as antelope, zebra, buffalo, and wildebeest. A group of lions are called a pride. A baby lion is called a cub. Lions. Let's get out of here before we become lion food. Come on, let's go. There's only 3 animals left. Let's do the animal that begins with the letter G. Do you see an animal that begins with the letter G? Does this animal begin with the letter G? Yes, it's a giraffe. G, giraffe. Can you say giraffe? That's right. Where should the giraffe go? Should it go right here? Yes, giraffe. Giraffe. A giraffe is the tallest living animal. Their coats are light brown with dark reddish brown spots. A giraffe is a herbivore. They like to eat plants, leaves, and twigs. They have long necks that help them reach the leaves on the trees. Giraffes sleep standing up. That helps them spot predators. A baby giraffe is called a cow. Giraffe. Let's find the animal that begins with the letter C. Do you see an animal that begins with the letter C? Does this animal begin with the letter C? No. How about this one? Yes. Crocodile. C, crocodile. Let me hear you say crocodile. Excellent. Where should the crocodile go? Should it go here? No, that doesn't fit. How about right here in the middle? Yes, crocodile. Crocodile. Crocodiles are carnivores. They like to eat birds, reptiles, and mammals. They're also excellent swimmers. Crocodiles can hold their breath for hours underwater. Crocodiles grow up to 20 feet long. That's longer than a car. A group of crocodiles is called a basque. A baby crocodile is called a hatchling. Crocodile.
Let's take a trip to the zoo with Miss Houston. Let's take a trip to the zoo to admire the animals and the views. So many things to see and do when we're at the zoo. I see the monkeys monkeying around, swinging from tree to tree. The elephants stomp, stomp, stomp the ground. Their trunks make a loud trumpet sound. Giraffes stand up tall. Their long necks help them reach the leaves. Gorillas beat their chest and their little ones won't stop wrestling. Penguins waddle while they're walking. Their feathers are black and white. Snakes slither on their stomachs. They're covered in scales and like to hide. Lion males have a mane. When they roar, it's really, really loud. The walrus claps his flippers and does tricks to impress the crowd. Tigers are orange with black stripes. They climb, play, and swim. Toucans have a colorful beak. I see one sitting on a tree limb. Let's take a trip to the zoo to admire the animals and the views. So many things to see and do when we're at the zoo. I'm nice to the animals when we're at the zoo. I respect boundaries when we're at the zoo. I stay near my grown-ups when we're at the zoo. I don't run off when we're at the zoo. I follow the rules when we're at the zoo. I love going to the zoo. What animals did we see? Monkeys, elephants, giraffes, gorillas. to admire the animals and the views. So many things to see and do when we're at the zoo. Excellent job recognizing those different animal scholars. Thanks for coming to the zoo with Miss Houston. See you next time.
The last animal left begins with the letter Z. A zebra. Z, z, zebra. Can you say zebra? Very good. And do you see the last space that the zebra can fit in? Right here. Zebra. Zebra. Zebras are black and white with stripes on their coats. They run very fast, up to 40 miles per hour. Zebras also sleep standing up, and they are herbivores. They like to eat plants, shrubs, and small trees. A group of zebras are called a dazzle. A baby zebra can be called a colt or a cub. Zebra. I had so much fun learning with you today. We learned about 8 different safari animals. And the continent they live on is called Africa. That's right. Let's name the 8 animals we learned about. Ostrich, hippopotamus, elephant, rhinoceros, lion, giraffe, crocodile, and zebra. Amazing job helping me complete this puzzle. You did an awesome job too, Bree. Clap for yourself. You used your brain to learn something new. Thank you so much for helping me learn about safari animals. See you next time.